Title. Every time you hear about real estate, you hear about, hey, we're going through the title company, especially here in the state of Florida. Not every state in the union, but in the state of Florida, title is critically important to our transaction. And having the right contacts and knowing the right title company is key to being successful as a real estate agent. So my name is Chris Pfluger. I am your managing director here at IAD Florida. And I have a special guest today, Lori Ciaravella. She's the director of business development for the Red Door Group. And Lori, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Chris. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, we have folks that are joining us from all over the world, and it works very differently here in the United States in multiple ways. You can either have an escrow state or a title state. And so we're in a title state here in the state of Florida. And so with that being the case, what the heck is title? Like, let's talk, let's get everybody level set first. What is title and what is the benefit of it to a real estate agent?
So first and foremost, it's incredibly boring. However, it is necessary. It is one of those things, especially here in Florida, it's one of those necessary evils. So I am going to over summarize what title is, and then we can move on after that. So essentially, title makes sure that the home that is being purchased or sold can legally be purchased. So meaning that property has no liens, there's no blips on title. And that's a biggie because our goal is to have clear title. We can't close unless everything is settled. So liens can pop up that oftentimes sellers don't even know they have. And so that's our job, to research that and make sure that that's settled. Outside of that, and probably most familiar to everyone, is the escrow. So we hold escrow, we hold the EMD. And so for those that are not familiar, earnest money deposit is what we take initially to say, okay, this home is under contract. We also in charge of taking the funds and making sure that realtors get paid. That's a big thing. So we cut those checks so that they go to the realtors. And then, of course, the transfer of funds, either on the buy side or on the sell side.
I will say that the real estate agent will say that's their favorite part, really. It may be boring. The favorite part is getting actually paid and making sure the transaction goes through smoothly. I do like the explanation, making sure everything was clear on the title. So someone has to guarantee that, that's you, to make sure all the research has been done, that we can purchase this property. So this is a great explanation. So I know that you do a little bit more than your average title company, first off. But more importantly, you personally do quite a bit more than most. So your hours, you don't necessarily work just your 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, right?
Right. So my role as director of business development, outside of what I just explained, which is all the boring stuff, and I have an incredible team that handles all that and loves that role and those roles and responsibilities. So my role is to support the agents, to make sure that they are they're growing their business. And I do that by providing lead list, different resources and tools that we offer to our agent partners. Some of those, one in particular is Title Toolbox. We absolutely love that. Our agents love that. It is the ability to geo-target nationwide potential sellers, or even if you're working with a buyer and a buyer has specific needs and they have a specific geographical area that they want to be. We can geo-target particular groups of individuals that are in need of a realtor's assistance. So for example, someone who is recently filed for divorce, or even an empty nester, which would potentially be a seller that's looking to downsize and they've owned their home for at least 30 years. So they're going to have a substantial amount of equity in that property. So agents will come to me and say, hey, Lori, I want to farm where I had a listing or you had a recent closing. And then I can geo-target a radius of particular individuals not necessarily in distress, but just someone that is looking to sell their home. We can do foreclosure, bankruptcy. Like I said, the one of the most popular ones is the empty nesters. So, it really is a support service, and it's also providing quality leads. So if you've done mailers or any marketing in the past, agents will tell you that you could send postcards to thousands and thousands of people, but it honestly can be a waste of money unless you have a particular campaign going, meaning that you are targeting a niche group of people. And then that is where you want to pour your focus on, is to really zero in on those individuals and make sure that you're having the multiple touches that need to take place in order for you to begin to build a rapport and leverage that relationship.
So you provide quite a bit more services than just the title itself. You personally, as dealing with agents, so your job is to develop that business with the agents, and the service, the toolbox component of this is free.
Yes, absolutely. So, as our agent partners, as you can imagine, we are in a relationship-driven business. So, while real estate agents, they have more partners outside of just the buyers and sellers that they work with. They also have partners like myself, partners in the lending business, in insurance. All of those things are relationship based, and so the agents are, not only do I have a rapport with my agents, but they're also friends. You develop a true, genuine relationship with these individuals, so that and again, it's mutually beneficial on a business level and personal level. So business, professional and personal.
Fantastic. Well, Lori, I'm going to say, obviously, I know you're based here in the Orlando market, where we also are based, and have our global training center. I know you've come over and sponsored a few events and been here for our agents as well. So we certainly appreciate that.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
You have actual offices all over the state of Florida. So it's not just Orlando, it's Miami, it's outside of Ocala, it's other markets as well, correct?
Yes, it is. So outside Ocala, Inverness, we have satellite offices inside a few KW brokerages. Dr. Phillips, if you're familiar with the Central Florida area, our flagship office is located in East Orlando. So if you're familiar with the Central Florida area, that's over Waterford Lakes. But one thing I do want to mention is that in a day and age when we have so many mobile services, ability to stream, we offer complimentary mobile notaries. So in actuality, it's completely irrelevant where the office and where the brick and mortar is, because we can send someone to you globally, on the global level. We are able to do that, and we do it free of charge. So there is no, we're going to tack on this cost, because it's just it's a courtesy that we show our agents and their clients, to make sure that, again, we're providing the best service imaginable and at a reasonable cost to them, because obviously, purchasing a home is a big deal, and tacking on those extra fees is really not necessary. And if title companies do it, just know that it's not necessary at all.
Well, we appreciate that. And the fact that we have quite a few clients that do travel and or global clients from referrals, that can be very beneficial on our end. So we really appreciate that aspect of it. And finally, what point, and again, this is your final question here. So at what point, as an agent on the team looking to get involved, what point should we get you involved, I guess?
From the get-go. Me personally or my team?
The team, yeah.
The team. Yeah. So really what you're going to want to do is the agent send the contract directly to me. I'm the one that assigns it. I get it opened, and then I'm the one that really provides the white glove service. I make that introduction to the closing team. From that point on, those are the primary points of contact, unless you have those after hours, weekend questions, and holiday questions. So I am available to agents on the weekends when they need us most. So while our brick and mortars may not be open, I am a resource that's available. My cell phone number I give to everyone. So just making sure that you have a point of contact right away, right when that contract comes through. And the other thing is that we do offer our notary services on the weekends and after hours as well, because we know that not everyone works 9 to 5.
That is fantastic. Well, Lori, this has been very educational. I know it's been helpful for everyone listening, but I appreciate everything you do and all your support for IAD. And we look forward to talking to you again soon in the near future.
Yeah, and welcome to America. Take care.
Have a great day.